Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the class. How are you all? I hope you people are watching the videos regularly and complete your notes. And I hope you people are following the timetable what you prepared. And if it is so, it will be very good. And please take care of your health. Do not go outside. Make use of mask. Carry the sanitizer with you. Always apply it to your hand. Wash your hand frequently. And please take care of your health. Think positively. Work hard. Make use of this time properly and complete your exercise as soon as possible, because from the next month it may going to start the regular classes for you people. So when you come back from your home to the regular classes again, then you need to complete all the exercise and you need to be have a completion of all the exercise and the class works, as you call the rough notebook. Then I will check all those things. If you don't, means if you are not completed and if it's not up to date, then you will be having some problem. So at the beginning in this academic year should not get a problem, is it not? Okay, let's come back to our discussion. In the last class we have already discussed about the Hitler's rise to power, and we know the reasons behind Hitler's rise to power. There are so many reasons which is caused for Hitler to take up the power, to get into the some decision, or for creating the group or creating the association or joining the political party. So that's all about we have discussed. The reasons we know, the causes we know about that. Like there are causes many, economic crisis, social crisis, then the Treaty of Versailles which is made by the Weimar Republic. So that has led for the many impact in the society and the economic life of a German at that time after the First World War. So because of that all the drawbacks and all the negative impact, so that led Hitler to rise a power, means that led Hitler to get a power. So he was having an idea, he had an idea to create a strong nation, to create a German as a strong nation in the European continent. So that's the reason he has taken up the charge as Nazi party leader. Then he has came out as the largest party in the 1932. Then he has, by distracting the democracy, he has taken up the charge for dictatorship in the Germany. Then that has led for the many changes in the Germany people's life. Then to lead, to continue his power and to make Germany as the strongest country in the European continent. He wanted to recover the problem which was there earlier in the economy and the social of. That's the reason he has appointed Sketch to improve the quality and improve the condition of economic life. And he has also taken so many changes and the rules. He has implemented so many rules and regulations in Germany. Then also he has then afterwards the Hitler, he has taken many charges and he has taken many actions in the plan to improve the social condition and the political condition of Germany. Some got failed and some got success. Then afterwards we discuss about the Second World War, how the Second World War has begun. Is it not? So Second World War has begun by attacking the Poland. So Germany has got Poland under its control. Means it is annexed the Poland into the Germany. Then the Poland supporters called France and England, they have started to attack on the Germany. So from there the Second World War has begun from the 1939. Then afterwards he has got a help from the Italy and Japan. Germany got a help from the Italy and Japan. Then afterwards the Hitler, he has insisted Japan to put a bomb on Pearl Harbor in the America. Then after dropping the bomb on Pearl Harbor, the USA joined into the Second World War. So then afterwards the result got changed. The face of a Second World War got changed after the entry of a USA. Then by dropping the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in the Japan, so in 1945 this Second World War got finished by dropping the bomb on the Japan islands. So that's about we discussed till now. Then here, even after the defeat of Germany, then Nazism was successfully running in the Germany. Nazism, it's a party. Earlier it was one group of association, and it has become a party. Now it has become the whole community, and it has become a rule and the law. So Nazism is an ideology, and it has become a law. Here this Nazism is started to get its own territory. So by the Hitler. So Hitler is a leader of Nazism. So here, according to Nazi ideology, there was no equality between people, but only a social hierarchy. So he has created his own world. The Hitler created his own world. According to that, there was no any equality in between the people. Nazi is one community, actual community. It's a community as like a religion we have. Same like it is one community of a different racial group people. Different racial group, different color, and the different type of a nose, and like the eye color and the hair color. So that different type of group of people called as Nazism. So they had different structure, different hierarchy, means racial hierarchy than the other people. So there were different types of people in the Germany, not only this Nazism. There was different types, means like what we have in India, like tribals. We have tribals, and the people who are living in the villages and the cities, they are look like a different. Is not the people who are living in the villages, they look like somewhat different because their activities such like that. So here same like that they were in Germany, but here the Hitler, he wanted only one community be there in the Germany. He wanted the whole Germany should be acquired and populated by the one community called as Nazi or Nazism. So other community people were not allowed to live there. It was idea, he had idea to what you call make a whole Germany as a Nazi Germany. So Hitler racism borrowed from Charles Darwin and Herbert Spencer. So Herbert Spencer and the Charles Darwin, they are like social reformers, and like they are scientists. Actually they are scientists. And this Charles Darwin, he has explained in his theory, hypothesis theory mainly, this Charles Darwin, he has explained his theory about evolution of plants and animals. So every plant and every animal that evolves, that get development in different way, is not the animal which has the power that will survive, is not the animal which has the ability to adjust into the environment that will survive, is not the animal or plant which has a power that will survive. So this ideology is given by the Herbert Spencer. So Herbert Spencer, he has given that ideology. Then this Charles Darwin, he has told the different evolution. Plant that grows in different height, animal that grows in a different height and is different healthy and in the different places with a different strength, in a different race, the different race and different strength, the different structure that will grow, the animal and the plant. So it's all because of the nature, and it's because of a differenceness. This is told by the Charles Darwin. So this theory, Charles Darwin, yes, positively, he has not, the negatively has not impacted, means he has not told anything negatively about the evolution of plant and the animal. He has explained the real fact of evolution of animals and the plants. And also same, the Herbert Spencer, he is also explained real fact about the animals. It's like what he has told Herbert Spencer. The Herbert Spencer, what he has told, the animal which has a power that will survive for the future. The animals which don't have the power and the capacity to adjust with the nature and the environment, it will not survive. So it will not have a capacity. It's not desirable to live. So he has told like that. Is it not? For example, the dinosaurs were living thousands years back. Is it not? But not now. Why didn't they survive till now? Because the dinosaurs, they were not adjust with the environment. Earlier it was too cold. The whole environment in the world was too cold. So that reason the dinosaurs were able to live. That were able to adjust with the environment at that time. When the time passed, the temperature on the earth started to get changed into the warm. So that reason the dinosaurs were not able to adjust their body temperature, otherwise they could not able to adjust their life with the environment which was existed. So that reason they have needed, means they have died, they have existed, means they have what you call disappeared on the earth's surface because of they could not able to adjust with the environment. They were not having a strength. So it's a fact, it's not, it's a reality. This reality is told by this Herbert Spencer in his theory. It's a science, he's a scientist. In his theory, he explained like this. He has explained actually the real fact, same like a Charles Darwin. But their theory has taken in the negative way by the Hitler. Hitler, he has taken their theory in the negative way. What he has told, according to Charles Darwin, the plant and animal that grows, the evaluation of plant and animals that will be different, is not. So same he has applied in the human beings. They are told about the animal and plants, but he has applied into the human beings. Like Nazism is the people who are having blue eye and the somewhat the what call the different color of hair. Golden color hair, somewhat the related to brown golden color hair, and the blue-eyed people, they are Nazi people. And the people who are having different color of in their eyeball, the different color of eyeball will be other. They are not the original people. So he has explained, like the people who are having the blue color hide, they are like Nordic Germans. Nordic Germans. He has told Nordic Germans are Nazisms. So he has taken the Charles Darwin theory in a wrong way, and he has told these Nordic Germans or they will evaluate in the different way. They are stronger people. They evaluate the growth of these people are different than the growth of other people. So these people are the dominating. They are supreme power. They have a supreme power, and they are pure. He has considered them as a pure, the only Nazi. And according to the Herbert Spencer, he has told something different, real thing, but he has taken in the wrong way. He has told the people who are having the Herbert Spencer, he has told about the animal and plant, but he has considered to the human being. And what I have told Hitler, the people who are having strength, the power, who is having ability to live, they will live, they will lead the life on the earth's surface. The people who are having power and ability to live, they are only the Nazisms. Means they are Nordic Germans. They are Nordic Germans. Other than the Nordic Germans are not having any rights. They are not having power. They are not having the ability to live. So it is told by the Nazi. So he wanted to create the world of a Nordic German. So there then, according to which Nordic German Aryan were at the top, all other colored people middle, and Jews at the bottom. He has created three hierarchies. He has created the three social hierarchies, Hitler. The first top will be placed by the Nordic German Aryans. Aryans, he has considered Nordic German Aryans are the top listed people who will be placed in the top. So then below of them, like other color people of other community. Then the bottom, the Jews. They are also coming one community people. They are same like the Nazism. They are one community people. They were not supported by the Hitler. So yes, they are in the eyeball of a color it will be different. Then their hair color will be different. Their look is somewhat different. They appear in a dark color of skin. So that reason he has considered that fellows are not able to live. They are not having a power. They are not having ability to live. So that's the reason they are placed in the bottom. Then the other aspects of Hitler's ideology was related to the geopolitical concept of Lebensraum, called as living space. So here the other aspects was what he has created, that is related to the geopolitical aspect. Means geopolitical aspects is like there what I have told. This geography is only meant for the Nazi, because Nazi people, they are stronger and their evolution is good. They are growing in a healthy and their color somewhat very attractive. So that reason this geopolitical area for Germany is only supported for the Nordic German Aryans. So it's only for the Nordic German Aryans, not for the Jews. So this living space is only for the Nordic German Aryans. So not for any other racial groups or any other community groups. So he has given that ideology. He has created his own ideologies. Then he believed in acquiring vast territory in the spirit of race and Nordic Germany, in the space of Nordic German Aryans. He believed that to having war against of the neighboring territories, they can acquire, means Germany can acquire the neighboring territories after winning them. So then it can spread the Nordic German Aryan population all over there. So it was main ideology and the object, and he believed that. He believed by acquiring the all areas of that near of a Germany and more expanding areas, by annexing all those areas, he can spread the Nordic German areas, means Nordic German Aryans. That was his idea and he believed in that. So then there the racial state established because of this racial hierarchy which is created by this Nazi leader called as Hitler, means dictatorship, Hitler. So this racial state has begun there. So what he has established, how it has established, the Nazi began to implement their dream of creating a community of a pure Germany by eliminating the undesirable ones in extended empire. So he dreamed and he had ideas to create the society of Nordic German Aryans. So then, except the Nordic German Aryans, other community peoples were called other group of community peoples were called as undesirables. Undesirables means they are not having ability, they are not having desirable for living in this geopolitical area or getting the resources of Germany or living all together with the Aryans. They are not having ability. So it was given with the word, means he has explained about that in the word of undesirable. They are considered them as undesirables. Except these Nazi people, the other peoples were called as undesirable. The main group of people were the Jews. So Jews mainly was considered as the undesirables. So the Jews, the Russian and the Poles, all of them were persecuted. So they were treated very harsh. Persecuted means they are treated very harsh and with the badly, and the tyranny rule they have made a tyranny rule on these Jews mainly. Then Russian Poles. The Russian and the Poles like the Poland people, the people who are living in the Poland, and the Russian people and the Jews of Germany, they were harshly treated. So because of establishing a racial state, these people has to be thrown away, is it not? The idea of Hitler was to remove all these people from their states, means their country, means from the Germany, to create the racial state of Nazi. Germany occupied Poland, part of Russia, captured civilian worked as a slave labor. So then the Poland already it was there under the control of Germany. Then he has captured some part of Russia, the northern part. So he has captured some part of Russia under the control of Germany. Then he has made them to work as a slave laborers for the German people, for those Nazi people. In order to create a racial state, he has forcefully made them as indentured laborers. Means the forcefully they made it to they needed to work under the hand of the Nazi people. The Jews were stereotyped as killer of Christ and usurers. So here Jews were stereotyped. They were considered as killers of Christ. So there, the England continent was mainly dominated by the Christians. There the Christianity is originated in the England, means in a European continent. So that reason here the Christianity is called as there it was like it's a dominated word, more dominated one Christianity over there. They are called as a pure religion there. That's the reason this Nazi and the Hitler Nazi party, what they have considered the Jews as the killer of the Christ. They have created a stereotypes. What do you mean by stereotypes? Stereotype is nothing but considering one group of people as negatively, otherwise what you call treating them or illustrating them with a one word or as a one ideology. Such like suppose, for example, the Pakistan. If I say the whole Pakistan peoples are terrorists, means terrorist. If I say the whole Pakistan peoples are terrorists, if I say, that means I am created the stereotype of mind about them, the stereotype, the negative impact, means negative creations, stereotypes. The whole people of Pakistan, they are not terrorists. Some people, somewhere, people means terrorists maybe got a shelter there in the Pakistan, that's it. But not everybody they are terrorists in the Pakistan. But if I say everybody of Pakistan are terrorists, then it's like a stereotype. I'm creating a stereotype and the Pakistan. Same like here, every Jews were considered as killers of Christ and usurers. Killers of Christ. So it's a stereotype. They are considered every Jews considered as a killers of Christ. It's a stereotype thinking which is emerged in the Nazism, means in the racial state. Then they were called as usurers, means usurers like the taxpayers. So they were not paying any taxes. So they are called as the Jews were not paying. So they are considered as they are not paying any taxes, and also they are spoiling the people who are paying the taxes. So that's what the stereotype which they have created on the Jews in the Germany under the Nazi party, means Nazi rule. They were barred from owning land and persecuted through violence and expulsion from the land. The Jews mainly, they were threatened a lot. They were threatened and they were persecuted. They were treated very harshly. So they had there some plot of land under their control. They were owned. The Jews were they were also owned. Everybody were not poor. There were some rich people in under the community of Jews. There were some rich people. They owned the land, agricultural land, and some other land under their private land under their control. They were the owner of the land. But now, in order to create the racial state, what he has did, he has taken away the land which is owned by the Jews, and the Jews were treated very harshly. Then they have violated, the violations was there, means like harsh punishment. They were getting harsh punishment. Suppose if they were not allowed, means they were not supposed accepted to give back the land under the control of Jew, like Nazi. They were punished. They were put under the violations. So such was activity was took place on that time. Then from 1933 to the 1938, Jews were compelled and leave the country through different means of terrors and segregations. So here, from this 5 years, 1933 to 1938, they were made to leave this country, and also some of them they were themselves they have moved because there was a burden. They were facing a much miserable life in the Germany. So that is the reason they have moved from the place of Germany to the other areas. They are segmented. They have divided into so many fragmentations. Is it not? Then some they are considered as a terrorists. So here Nazis, they are considered there as a terrorist. So that reason they needed to leave the places. Their land was acquired by the Nazis. So they are not having any land under their control. So they were forcibly made to leave their place. So at that time, the many Jews they have lived. So then we'll continue that about the racial utopia. Utopia, like utopia, the racial utopia, we know about this. We have discussed about the meaning of utopia. Not so in the 10th class we discussed. So here the racial utopia. Racial, you know the meaning of racial is a color of a skin, and it's a hierarchy. Racial hierarchy, and it's a differences in the human being. The different social hierarchy, like racial, different racial means the people who are having different skin color and different eyeball color, the different color of hair. Than the others, like racial. So here the Nazi, they wanted to create the Nazi world in the Germany of a same Nordic German origins of having single means the same color people. So racial utopia is nothing but it's imagination. Utopia, imagination, having notions. Racial utopia, having some imagination for to be happen, means it should be happen in the future. Means having hope about the things which has to be happen in the future, like imagination. It's not yet happened. So creating racial utopia means racial imagination for the future. Creating for that. Now we need to have the good GDP in India. We need to create a very stronger India. Is it not? Suppose we are not having much stronger now. We are not much stronger. The Indians are not much stronger in any economic life, social life, political life. Suppose we hope we will have a notion, we will have expectation, we will make a plan, we will have imagination to be as the strongest country in the world, is it not? We will have imagination. ನಾವೀಗ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನಾವು ಮುಂದೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮುಂದೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವೀಗ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೈಗೆ ತೊಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಸ್ ನೋಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಜಾರಿಗೆ ತರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಸ್ ನೋಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಯುಥೋಪಿಯಾ, ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಯುಥೋಪಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಯುಥೋಪಿಯಾ. ಸೊ the year the Nazi and the Hitler, they wanted to create the racial state. Is not. For creating a racial state, they had a social, means a racial utopia. They had a racial utopia, means racial imagination. They had imagination and the idea for creating the social state. What is that? So Nazi realized their murderous racial ideal, genocide and war become two sides of same coin. Yes, the Nazi, they started to murder, but they didn't use the word of murder, but they started to make a murder. So here genocide is nothing but mass killing, mass murder or mass killing is called as genocide. It's a word which is given for that. Genocide means mass killing or mass murder. And one side, in another side, it was the Second World War is going on. That is not done on that time. In the name of a Second World War, the Nazi were killing the Jews and other community people. Means they were making the genocide. From other side, they were making a genocide under the shadow of the Second World War. In the name of Second World War, and also because of the Second World War, many people were dying. And also in the name of Second World War, the Jews were killed. Jews were killed vigorously. So that led to have many changes in the social life. They occupied the Poland was divided. Then they occupied Poland and it was divided, is not. So then general government become the destination for all undesirable of the empire. This general government is created by the Nazi, is not. Nazi party is created by the general government is created by the Nazi. They make some destination for these undesirables. So undesirables, they are called as Jews and the other communities. They have made some destinations and they have put under so many problems for them. And the many peoples of the Jews were started to kill. So they had their own rules. They have put a harsh rule on these Jews. So it also served as a killing field for the Jews. So here, the Germany, there some part, it was also considered that it was as a killing place or field for the Jews. So the gas chamber is called as killing field. There you may be discussing about gas chamber, but let me explain about the gas chamber now. Here The gas chamber, what is that gas chamber? It's about it's a killing field. In the gas chamber, it looks like a bathroom, like you would be having a shower, and it's like a good area, like a good house. It looks like a good house and home, but it's a killing area. Gas chamber, it's a one house or a home or the room. So where they used to, what they used to do, they used to send all the Jews into that room. And what they used to think, the Jews, they used to think, yeah, it's having a shower and it's having some shower and all the things, so that maybe they have sent us to have take a bath. So that is by thinking that they were not tension. But what they used to do, so after sending all the people into the gas chamber, they used to close the door and they used to on the gas. So they were releasing the bad, harmful gases over there, and gradually the people were dying in the room. So that was the gas chamber, the harsh treatment which they have started. It was called as a killing field. So that's about, and I hope you understood about this concept what we discussed now. Then in the next class we'll discuss about the next concept. Thank you. Have a nice day.